Greetings. This is Byrne, and I hate to put another one of these calls out, but I don't know what to do. Things are getting difficult for me, and I, my arm had the operation, and I'm grateful for everyone who sent money in for that. And unfortunately, I was sitting too much, and so I ended up with lumbar problems. And part of the reason for that is because I don't have the right kind of chair. I've got a business chair I'm sitting in right now, and this works for a little while. But as far as a chair to actually rest in with lumbar support, I don't have it. I've been sitting in a chair, a comfy chair, and using pillows, which I found out is pretty much the opposite of what you should do. As a result, my back is in terrible pain. Yesterday they put me in an MRI machine, and because I still have this problem with my arm, and the problem is getting worse because there's a piece in the arm that's a bit loose from the metal they put in there, and so they're monitoring it carefully. So they put me in this machine, and suddenly the machine was smaller than I am, and I suddenly was scraping my arm as they put me in. So they took me out, and I was in the worst position I could be in with this back pain. This has happened once before, but this was even worse, where I was on my back, and there's nothing I could do to get off this MRI table. And so they brought in an orderly, and they had one of the nurses there pull me up. And I've never experienced that much pain in my life. So I got the doctor to give me some medication. I just went to the nearby clinic I'm supposed to get 3 injections. But the doctor didn't say where to put them in. They didn't know where to put them in. So I'm going to have to walk a little further to my hospital/clinic and have someone there do it. Unfortunately, I didn't get the name of the neuropathologist, nor did he leave me his phone number. Part of it is because I never actually got as far as having something done because of this whole thing with the MRI machine. So actually things started getting worse for my back when I took a vacation up to Yerevan about 2 weeks ago. And it was to get my passport renewed. I made my plans and bought the train tickets and room to stay for about a month and a half before, thinking that, yeah, sure, I'll be ready to go by then. And if it was just my arm, the answer is yes. But unfortunately, this back thing, the whole thing, as you can imagine, it's kind of depressing. It's kind of sad. And especially if the arm requires another operation at some point. They're monitoring it, and I'm just praying, and I would ask you, if you pray, to do so too, that it somehow is okay over time. Because that's the only way we'll know. I have to keep going back for x-rays. But I am going to therapy for my arm 3 times a week. And that's an expense, I did get a Georgian insurance, but it's not covered by Georgian insurance because evidently therapy is considered something of a luxury here. And I just had to buy these drugs, which were cheap by American standards, but still an expense. And every time I go into the hospital or anything, I have to spend more. But the main thing is, I have got to find a chair that I can sit in and recover. Someone's going to look around to see if there's a bigger MRI machine. I realize a lot of this is my own doing. I've gotten too big, and one thing leads to another. All of this is kind of circles around that, but at the way it is now, it's hard for me to do much of anything without feeling excruciating pain. So maybe I do the dishes once a week. I do have a friend who comes over and helps me, but I just don't feel like putting everything on other people. I am getting some sleep, but 2 nights ago the pain was pretty bad getting up in the middle of the night. This morning I am taking this medication, but now I've got to go and get the rest of it. I get these injections, which I'm not really looking forward to that, but I'll have to go. I just went to this other place and I was just wiped out physically by the pain. So I'll have to get my strength up again. It's now about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I'll have to go around 3 o'clock when I feel up to it. But anyway, if there's anything you can do, I need the main need, besides the therapy and the other miscellaneous bills and having to pay for people to bring food here more often than I certainly would like. I can't cook because it's really hard with my hand. See, it's like a double whammy, triple sometimes, that I can't really cut and make my own food because of the arm. The arm isn't getting better because it has a problem. And it's hard for the back to get better because most of the exercises and things that I would do require two good hands, and I don't have them. And this is now the 4th month of this, and it's obviously not going to end right away. And I'm strong enough to make it, but oh my. The pain I experienced yesterday, which still is echoing in my body today, is more than I've ever felt. I mean, breaking the arm was simple by comparison to that pain. So, I need to get a chair. And if you can contribute a little towards getting it, that would be nice. Otherwise, I did buy this chair thinking it would help, and it does help, but I can't sit in it for more than an hour or two at most. So, meanwhile, I go back to my other chair, which, it's just, anyway, I hate to moan and complain. And if you haven't seen anything from me lately, it's precisely because I can't concentrate enough to make anything. I can't sit in movie theaters anymore to make reviews. I can't sit and write things because it's just so painful. So, hopefully this medication will do something. I don't know what. It's only 3 injections and 7 days of another medication. So, well, complain. Yeah, I probably have something to complain about, though, so forgive me. If you want to contribute anything, if you've already contributed in some way, don't feel you have to. But there is a PayPal link below. You can join up on Patreon. That's a way to support me. There's also, if you want to give more and want a tax-deductible receipt, give it through GoFundMe, which is still active. I've been using it for years, so don't let the amount of money that's been gathered there confuse you to think I just raised that. I didn't. That's from 2-3 years ago, 5 years ago in one case. So, all right. So I'm just going to put this up pretty raw. And like I say, if you pray for me. Thanks. I hope next time we talk, I'll be in a better mood. I can't move. Okay, try this.